Some secrets refuse to stay buried, Evan, when the dead have turned to silence. October 15th, Greenwich Cemetery. Cold wind, dying leaves. A sky heavy like it knows what's coming. Susan kneels at Daniel's grave, Emma tucked in her arms, a white lily trembling on the stone. Her worn heels dig into the dirt behind her, a posture of respect, grief, and resilience. Slowly, she stands. A young, black woman, 25, tired eyes, dignity held together by sheer will. Behind her, diamonds flash like ice. Victoria Whitmore steps forward, white, 60, billionaire, judgment sharpened to a blade. The kind of woman who never asks questions, only issues verdicts. "Ma'am, I'm sorry," if Victoria cuts in, voice like frostbite. "What is a black woman doing at my son's grave?" The words strike like a public slap. Susan freezes. "I knew Daniel knew." "Him," Victoria sneers, unable to piece the truth together. She scans Susan from head to toe, contempt curling her lip. "A waitress. A nobody. You think one dinner or tip means you belong near my family? Please. Look at you, cheapcoat. Bargain shoes," her voice sharpens. "You people cling to wealth like parasites." Emma stirs, turns her face, blue eyes. Daniel's blue eyes. A tiny birthmark left Temple Daniel's exact spot. The groundskeeper looks away. He knows. He saw the visitor logs. He saw Susan come for 18 months. Victoria steps closer. Her breath catches, hand lifts, then drops midair. Her diamond bracelets clink like broken glass. The parasite she just insulted is holding Daniel's daughter. What Victoria doesn't know, this woman is not Daniel's fling. She is his widow in everything but paperwork. Every word of Victoria's cruelty is being recorded, phone angled from Susan's bag. In 48 hours, 200,000 people will watch the Ice Queen of Greenwich humiliate herself at her own son's grave. Victoria Whitmore built her empire over 40 ruthless years, eliminating uncertainty, crushing obstacles. Whitmore Industries, commercial properties across Connecticut, New York, Massachusetts, $1.22 billion in assets, 14-person board. When Victoria speaks, the room bows. They call her the Ice Queen of Greenwich. Control the narrative, control the outcome, except Daniel was her one blind spot. Daniel James Whitmore, 328 when he died. June 6, 2023. Minor car accident. Wet road. Lost control. Hit a tree. Died 6 hours later at Greenwich Hospital. Victoria was there. She made the final decisions. Private funeral. 30 hand-picked guests. No girlfriend mentioned. No whisper of a child. Daniel, she insisted, was focused on the company. His legacy would continue through Whitmore Industries. Now the board pressures her. Name a successor. She refuses. She's not ready, not yet. She visits his grave monthly. White lilies, her only allowed grief. She remembers him at 5, laughing. At 15, arguing. At 28, finally understanding. Understanding came too late. She never touched his apartment. Not a sock, not a coffee cup. But she curated Daniel's life, right schools, right friends, right future. She controlled every chapter. At 19, when he dated someone she didn't approve of, the girl simply disappeared. When Daniel wanted art, Victoria insisted. Business is legacy, art is hobby. Victoria always knew best. At least she believed she did. Driving away from the cemetery, fury curling in her chest, she calls her attorney of 25 years. "Martin, something needs handling." Discreetly, of course, Victoria. A woman at Daniel's grave, young, black, with a baby silence. Then, I see I need everything about her. 48 hours? Consider it done. Next call. Lawrence Brennan, private investigator. Lawrence. Greenwich Cemetery. Today, between 1:30 and 2:30, young black woman approx. 25 infant. Name, address, employment, financials, everything. 48 hours. Victoria hangs up. Greenwich passes by, her window-manicured lawns, colonial homes, the kingdom she built inch by inch. For 40 years, she protected the Whitmore name. Now, a woman at her son's grave, a baby with Daniel's eyes. She will know everything soon. Then she'll handle it. She always does. 48 hours later, A 15-page report lands on her mahogany desk overlooking Long Island Sound. Subject: Susan Marie Wilson. Age 25. Black waitress at Harborview Diner. Studio apartment, Stamford. $800 rent. Income: $32,000. HS graduate, no criminal record. Credit score 620. Relationship to Daniel. Daniel visited the diner 2 to 3 times weekly from March 2021 to May 2023. Always requested her section. Witnesses say they looked involved. A last sighting: May 20th, 2023. Victoria's jaw tightens. Child: Emma Grace Wilson, born June 20th, 2023. Father: unknown. No paternity test. Born 14 days after Daniel's death. Conception: September 2022. Daniel still living at home. And the photos: Susan pouring coffee, Susan pushing a stroller, Susan carrying groceries with baby on her hip. Close-ups of Emma. Victoria freezes, not just the eyes, the face shape, the mouth. The birthmark: 4 generations of Whitmores carried it. This child is Daniel's. Victoria closes the folder, chest tight. The first thing she feels is grief, a granddaughter she never knew. A piece of Daniel still alive. Second emotion is fire. Daniel hid this. He hid her because he knew Victoria would do what she always does. Her mind jumps to 2003, Carmen Rodriguez, Daniel's girlfriend, Latina, 16. Pregnant, Victoria paid her $50,000 to disappear. Carmen took the money, had an abortion, moved to California. Victoria called it necessary. Daniel never forgave her. Is that why he hid Susan? Hid Emma? Victoria steps to the window. The sound stretches cold and gray. A granddaughter raised with no resources, no Whitmore legacy. Unacceptable. This child deserves better, she thinks. It's a Whitmore future. But Susan will want something. Money, recognition, a claim on Daniel's estate, maybe control of the company. $12 million plus 30% Whitmore Industries stake. If Emma is the legal heir, Susan controls the inheritance. The board will insist on protecting the heir, forcing Susan into decisions, forcing Victoria to share power. Unthinkable. Victoria calls Martin. I read the report. Child is Daniel's. File emergency guardianship immediately. Victoria. Strategy is simple. Susan Wilson is 25. Poor, unstable, minimum wage, unfit for a Whitmore. I'm protecting my granddaughter. Optics. Wealthy white woman versus black single mother. I'm the one securing the child's future. Martin sighs. I'll draft the papers. But if it goes to court, it won't. She has nothing. She fold. They always do. Victoria hangs up and stares at Emma's photo. Daniel's eyes stare back. I'm sorry, Daniel, she whispers. I'm protecting her like I protected you. Susan doesn't know Victoria exists until the letter arrives. October 18th. Morning shift. Pour coffee. Take orders. Wipe tables. Smile. Repeat. Emma is at daycare 3 blocks away. $180 a week. Rent, utilities, food, diapers. Every breath is a calculation. Maria leans over. Suzanne, you okay? Emma's teething. Long night? You need anything? Call me. Maria is one of the few who knew about Daniel. He was crazy about you, she whispered once. Daniel's been gone 18 months. Susan still can't believe it. One moment planning a future, next moment receiving the call. She wasn't invited to the funeral. Didn't even know it happened. She called the Whitmore house once. The letter sits in Susan's trembling hands like a live weapon. The elegant, bone-white envelope, Wellington and Sterling, embossed crest, heavy enough to feel expensive, feels wrong in her studio apartment. Wrong in the same room as Emma's blocks and secondhand crib. She reads the words again, though they slice exactly the same way every time. Petition for emergency guardianship. Petitioner Victoria Whitmore. Cold, clinical, designed to erase her. They call her financially unstable. Substandard housing. Insufficient resources, A. Mother too poor to be a mother. A threat to her own child. Susan, who has worked every shift, skipped meals, walked home in the rain because bus fare mattered. Now labeled unfit by a woman who met her for 2 minutes beside a grave. Emma laughs, building a crooked tower of blocks. It tumbles. She claps. Susan's heart breaks. She calls the law firm. Old music hisses. Then the voice, smooth, dismissive, sharpened with privilege. Martin Sterling. Every sentence from him is a blade. Be realistic. Love doesn't pay for college. Mrs. Whitmore offers opportunities you can't. He talks like her daughter is an investment portfolio. When he suggests settling visitation in exchange for shared custo, Susan's breath shatters. After he hangs up, Emma crawls into her lap. Mama's sad. Susan forces a smile she doesn't feel. Mama's okay, baby, but she's drowning. By morning, CPS is at her door. Patricia Brennan, clipboard, stiff posture, bureaucratic eyes. She checks cabinets, refrigerator, bathroom, crib. Every item is silently judged, every corner documented. Susan answers every question with a voice that quivers, but refuses to break. When Brennan asks about Daniel, guilt knots Susan's throat. She can't reveal the marriage knot without proof. She just says, he loved her. Brennan writes. The pen sounds like a countdown. After Brennan leaves, Emma asks for pasta. They eat on the floor, tiny feet kicking, sauce on cheeks. Innocent Susan is terrified she can't protect. Late that night, she studies the petition until her eyes burn. Buried at the bottom, 72 hours to file an answer. 72 hours to keep her daughter. Hands shaking, she scrolls to the number Daniel once made her promise she would call if anything ever happened. Sesams. Sellons and sours and sen and sellen or and sen 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 and sen 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 sen. Detective posture that never left him, he carries more truth than she's ready to face. Daniel's video plays, his face in dim car light. Voice wrecked. His confession, their marriage. Emma, his mother's past. His fear. It tears Susan open. She cries silently, hand over her mouth so Emma won't wake. Holland's voice is gravel. Daniel wanted this protected. He knew his mother. He knew what she'd do. Then the text messages proof of years of manipulation, threats, emotional warfare. Victoria's final message? You'll regret this. 4 days later, Daniel was dead. Something dark flickers behind Holland's eyes. I don't believe in coincidences. 3 days later, Susan meets Rebecca Hayes, the exhausted but electrified attorney who fights giants for people with nothing. A whirlwind of questions, legal strategy, and righteous fury. This case is exactly why I do what I do, Rebecca says, pushing her glasses up. But we need pressure. Public pressure. Victoria controls institutions. She does not control the court of public opinion. Susan whispers, I don't want attention. Rebecca leans forward. You don't want fame, you want your daughter. And to protect Emma, the world needs to know who Victoria Whitmore really is. Journalist Sarah Mitchell arrives 2 days later, recorder in hand. Her eyes are sharp but kind. I'm here for the truth, she says. Everything you say matters. Susan breathes slowly. Bays, then begins to tell her story, every fear, every memory, every piece of love Daniel left behind, because now silence is no longer survival, it's surrender. And Susan Wilson is done surrendering. But he loved Susan. He was certain of that. He had planned, imagined, dreamed of a future with her long before anyone could interfere. The pregnancy, the shock, the excitement, the whispered late-night plans, Daniel's careful joy at becoming a father. Their secret marriage at New York City Hall, the certificate tucked away like a treasure. The promise, they'd tell Victoria together when the time was right. And then the anxiety. The growing fear in those final weeks, his tension she had felt in fleeting glances, the hurried phone calls. The quiet moments when he stared into the distance, knowing the storm that was his mother might one day come. The accident, the sudden, cruel void. The silence from his family, Susan raising Emma alone. Every day a battle of feeding, bathing, teaching, comforting, celebrating. No demands, no contact, no interference, just survival. And then the petition arrived, like a hammer striking metal. The shock, the disbelief, the fear twisting in her chest. Sarah Mitchell leans forward, voice careful, precise like a scalpel. But did you know Victoria Whitmore before this? No, never. Not a whisper, not a hint. I didn't even know her name until the petition landed. Daniel always called her mom or mother. That was it. Susan never learned Victoria's first name. Never heard of Whitmore Industries. She wasn't from that world. Daniel ever mentioned his mother trying to interfere with your relationship? He warned me. Said she was controlling. Said she'd disapprove because I wasn't from their world. But he always promised we'd handle it together, that he'd protect us. Then he died. I thought it was over. I never imagined she'd go after Emma. Sarah scribbles furiously, pages filling with potential leads. I'm digging into Victoria Whitmore's history. We need patterns. If this is a system, we expose it. Holland had mentioned something years ago. Carmen Rodriguez. 20 years ago. Victoria paid her $50,000 to disappear after she became pregnant at 16. Carmen had an abortion. Daniel had never recovered. Sarah's eyes glint with discovery. This is it. This is the pattern. We can connect the dots. Susan's heart hammers. Do you have any information about her, where she is now? Not yet. But Daniel's video and memories give us enough to track her. She may be willing to talk. Over the next 2 weeks, Sarah works relentlessly, calling Susan with updates. Each message a brick in the foundation of their case. Update 1, October 28th. I found her. Carmen Rodriguez, San Diego, married 2 children. She wants to talk. She's tired of carrying the secret. Susan's chest aches. What did she say? In 2003, Carmen was 19, working as a hotel housekeeper in Greenwich. Met Daniel at a charity event. They dated 6 months. She got pregnant. Daniel wanted the baby. Carmen wanted the baby. Then Victoria Whitmore appeared at her apartment, alone. Lawyer in tow. Offered $50,000 to make the problem disappear. Threatened her if she refused, she'd ruin her career, destroy her family's immigration status, erase her existence. Carmen was terrified. She took the money, had an abortion, moved to California, never spoke to Daniel again. She remembers every word Victoria said. Girls like you don't belong in our world. Take the money and disappear. If you ever contact my son again, I'll make sure you regret it. 21 years later, she carries it still. Susan closes her eyes. Daniel was barely 16 then. Victoria has spent decades controlling every aspect of his life, erasing anyone who didn't fit her vision. Update 2, November 1st. Whitmore Industries. Public filings. Daniel's estate. $12 million. 30% stake in the company worth over $100 million. When Daniel died, Victoria moved fast. Transferred all shares to herself. Claimed there was no will, no heir, board authority. But Holland says there was a will, naming Emma. If true, Victoria committed fraud. Major fraud. I'm pulling transfer documents now. Susan's pulse races. The stakes could not be higher. Update 3. November 4th. Meet me now. You need to see this. In Stamford, at a quiet coffee shop, Sarah opens her laptop. Hospital records. Daniel's final night. She highlights the timeline for Susan. 3:42 a.m., Victoria Whitmore enters Daniel's room. Requests private consultation with Dr. Richard Patterson, attending physician. 11 minutes alone. 3:53 a.m., Dr. Patterson updates treatment plan. DNR order implemented per family request. For 16 a.m., Daniel expires. Susan reads, voice trembling. DNR, do not resuscitate, means the patient dies if heart or breathing stops. No intervention. Victoria asked for this, but Daniel's medical directive. Sarah nods. Filed April 2023. Explicitly rejected DNR. Handwritten, notarized. Full resuscitation under all circumstances. Ice water cascades over Susan. Victoria ignored Daniel's express wishes. 11 minutes with his doctor, and DNR. 34 minutes later, he's gone. I can't prove a legal action, Sarah admits, voice taut. But there's a pattern. Victoria acts for her benefit, not his. She overrides directives, manipulates outcomes, eliminates anyone who could challenge her. Update 4, November 6th. Judge Henry Carson, Sarah says. Your custody judge. Victoria has been donating to his campaigns for years. $150,000 in 2 years. Personal and foundation donations plus her wife's nonprofit. She's cultivated influence directly connected to your case. Susan leans back. Every thread connects. Every shadow of fear, control, manipulation. Her daughter's future rests in exposing a legacy of ruthless dominance. It's supposedly about child welfare, but Susan knows the truth. Victoria Whitmore sits on the advisory board of the very agency reviewing her case. That's corruption. That's manipulation. That's power bending the law. Legal, barely. Campaign donations are public record. Anyone can donate to judges who run for election, but it's a massive conflict of interest. Judge Carson should recuse himself. Instead, he sits. Over $200,000 from Victoria, and now he presides over the emergency custody case for Susan's daughter. Rebecca moves fast, drafting a motion to disqualify him. Every loophole, every precedent, every ounce of legal firepower, she mobilizes. Sarah Mitchell uncovers more. Wellington and Sterling Law has represented Whitmore Industries for 30 years, earning millions in fees. Martin Sterling sits on the board of the Whitmore Foundation, $50,000 annual salary. Thomas Wellington's wife runs corporate communications at Whitmore Industries. Fluence everywhere. Victoria doesn't just have lawyers, she has an entire machine. November 8th, Sarah's article drops. The Whitmore Way, How Money Silences Truth. 5,000 meticulously researched words. Photographs of Susan and Emma playing at the park, smiling, loving, alive. Carmen Rodriguez's testimony, video excerpts of Daniel, his marriage certificate. Full timeline of his death, questions about the DNR order, financial donations to Judge Carson, connections to Whitmore Industries. The public erupts. 10,000 shares in the first hour. Rebecca calls, voice electrified. Susan, this changes everything. The court has to take notice now. Victoria can't hide behind her lawyers. The public is watching. Judges hate looking corrupt, but Susan doesn't feel victory. She feels vulnerable, exposed, her face online. Strangers debating her life, dissecting her choices. Gold digger, opportunist. Why now, after Daniel died? She holds Emma close, whispers apologies. Emma pats her cheek with tiny hands. Oh, Mama. Okay, the next morning, the phone rings. Unknown number. Susan hesitates but answers. Miss Wilson, this is Eleanor Walsh, Fairfield County Family Services. Judge Carson has scheduled an emergency hearing for November 10th, 2 days from now. Preliminary hearing converted to full custody determination. Prepare to present your entire case. Susan calls Rebecca immediately. They moved everything up. Rebecca's voice is steady but urgent. They're panicking. Sarah's article exposed them. They want this closed before more damage is done. Are we ready? As ready as we can be, Susan whispers. Evidence stacked. Original marriage certificate from Holland. Daniel's video, text messages, Carmen's video deposition, Sarah's investigation. And Susan herself, mother, loving, innocent. The law is heavy in her favor, yet the stakes are terrifying. What if I lose? Rebecca softens. Then we appeal. We fight until we win, but I don't think you'll lose. Victoria picked the wrong person. You're not Carmen Rodriguez alone? Scared? You have Daniel's voice backing you? Evidence, the truth, and now the public? Sarah turned on all the lights. Victoria thrives in darkness. She can't fight this. That night, Susan lies awake, memorizing Emma's sleeping face. Arm above her head, tiny snore, soft cheek. The judge rules against her. This could be their last night together for a long time. Whispering into darkness, Daniel, if you can hear me, I'm trying. I'm fighting for Emma. I hope it's enough. God, I hope it's enough. Outside, the wind rattles the window. Susan imagines Daniel answering, "Be strong. You're doing right. Emma will be okay." She has to believe it for herself and for her daughter. Meanwhile, Victoria reads Sarah's article at 6 a.m. Rage clenches her hands. By 7 a.m., Phone calls erupt. Sterling on the line. Did you see it? I saw it. Drafting response. Response. They're implying criminality, slander, murder, without saying it outright. Victoria wants the journalist destroyed. Susan Wilson destroyed. The optics are dangerous. Wealthy white woman versus young black single mother. Public siding with Susan. Sterling, go hard. Bury them in motions, discovery, depositions. Make it expensive. Eventually she'll settle. Victoria hangs up, calls Thomas Wellington. Go harder, today hearing. Tie her up for years if necessary. Make her life hell. Results, understood. Next, Lawrence Brennan. Follow Susan Wilson. Document everything. Late pickup. Phone, drinks, streets. I want ammunition. Within hours, Susan notices the gray sedan. It's always parked across the diner, near her apartment. Near daycare, she calls Rebecca. Intimidation, she says. Document it. Take photos. Actually helps us, but doesn't feel like help. Feels like being hunted, Susan mutters to herself. The weight of the legal war pressing down. Her phone rings. Landlord. Need to talk about your lease. What about it? Complaint. Noise. Unauthorized occupants. Unauthorized. Emma's my daughter. She's lived here since birth. The lease specifies one adult occupant. Where else would she go? I'm sorry. You need to address this or consider lease termination. Susan hangs up. She knows exactly what's happening. Next call. The bank. Hold on your account. A dispute regarding estate funds? What estate funds? I've never received anything. Got flagged for potential fraud investigation. Freeze pending resolution. $600 rent money. Grocery money locked. Maria lends her what she can. This is wrong, Susan. They're destroying you. They're succeeding. Then daycare calls. Anonymous complaint. Late drop-offs. Unauthorized pickups. Alleged malnourishment. Lies. Every move scrutinized, every detail documented. Evening email. No return address. Drop this case. Take settlement, or things get worse. You can't win against Victoria Whitmore. No one can. Susan shows Rebecca. Witness intimidation. Court documentation. Victoria's team digging their own grave, yet Susan feels crushed. Holland visits. Coming after me too. Greenwich PD Pension Board reviewing my conduct, implying corruption, bribes. Sorry, Holland, didn't mean to drag you in. Don't apologize. Daniel was my friend. Gestures speak harassment. Proof Victoria is scared. 8. She attacks only when losing. Sarah publishes a follow-up. Whitmore Industries. A pattern of intimidation. PI following Susan. Frozen bank accounts. Landlord pressure. Daycare complaints. Emails suggesting Harborview Diner harboring someone under investigation. Public outrage intensifies. Victoria's PR spins. Mrs. Whitmore simply exercises legal rights to ensure granddaughter's safety. Accusations are defamatory. Ms. Wilson's team manufactures media circus to distract from legitimate fitness concerns. November 9th, night before hearing. Susan sits on the floor. Emma asleep. Rebecca called with strategy. Holland confirmed testimony. Sarah promises courtroom presence. Susan is exhausted, terrified. Phone rings. Unknown. She almost doesn't answer. Hello, Susan Wilson. Yes. Older, shaking voice. Carmen Rodriguez. I wanted to call. Tell you are not alone. She did this to me, but you're stronger. Don't let her win. Susan's throat tightens. Thank you. I should have fought 20 years ago. Didn't, but fighting now, testifying tomorrow. Video will tell the truth. What she did, what she is. Win, Susan, for your daughter. For my daughter that never was. Win. Line goes dead. Susan looks at Emma, peaceful face. Tomorrow everything changes. November 10th, Fairfield County Family Court. 2 p.m., courtroom packed. Media, supporters, onlookers, security. Judge Henry Carson enters. Gray hair, stern face. Everyone stands. This is family court, not a circus. No recording allowed. Disruption removed. Murmurs ripple. Susan sits with Rebecca. Cross aisle Victoria, flanked by Sterling and Wellington. Navy suit, pearls composed. Doesn't look at Susan. Emma, with Maria outside. Arms feel empty. Carpet of legal papers sprawled. Carson reviews. Reads petition, response, 50 news articles. Sterling stands, presents Victoria's Quesama's inheritance, Susan's limited resources. Importance of stability, smooth, professional, reasonable. Rebecca rises, presents Susan's case, marriage certificate. Daniel's video, text messages showing Victoria's control. Carmen's video testimony detailing coercion, payment, abortion. Holland testifies, witness marriage. Daniel feared his mother. Patricia Brennan, home, small but clean. Child healthy. Financial instability noted, but no danger. Rebecca cross-examines. Did you observe abuse? Neglect? Danger? No, none, Brennan confirms. Victoria takes the stand. Rebecca, Mrs. Whitmore, did you know your son was in a relationship with Susan Wilson? I suspected Daniel involved with someone unsuitable. Unsuitable? Someone not from our values, background, wealth, not white? Sterling objects. Carson sustains. Facts only. Rebecca presses. You paid Carmen Rodriguez $50,000 in 2003. Why? Private family matter. Provided options. Daniel was 16. I did what was best. Now you're taking Emma from her mother. Even if Daniel married Susan, wanted Susan to raise Emma, video convenient. Marriage certificate questioned. Holland stands, approaches bench, hand sealed envelope from Bank of Greenwich. Carson examines, verifies, opens, studies, appears authentic. Rebecca, this proves Susan was Daniel's legal wife. Emma's legitimate. Mrs. Whitmore has no standing to challenge custody. Sterling, legal marriage doesn't prove fitness. Emma's inheritance is substantial. Requires management. Ms. Wilson cannot provide. Carson reviews papers. 5 minutes. Courtroom silent. Finally, ruling. Temporary custody. Full hearing in 30 days. Susan's stomach drops. Ma's immediate interests. Temporary placement with Victoria. Supervised visitation twice weekly for Susan. Gavel falls. Susan can't breathe. Process. Temporary custody. Victoria won. Rebecca grabs her arm. Not over. We're appealing. Susan doesn't hear. Room spins. People talking. Victoria exits. Stops near Susan. Eyes meet. Quiet. You can't win this. Never could. Gone. Outside, Susan hands Emma over. Court officer supervises. Maria cradles her, confused. Mama Susan holds tight, breathes in baby shampoo, kisses forehead. Mama has to go away a little, baby. Ah! Promise, Emma screams. No, Mama. Black sedan arrives. Officer takes Emma. Susan's tears fall unstoppable. I love you, Emma. Mama loves you so much. Car drives off. Emma pressed to window, crying, reaching. Susan collapses. Rebecca catches her. Holland there. She can't speak. Think. Daughter gone. Lost my baby. Video surfaces online within an hour. Emma taken, screaming, Susan's broken face. Shared, reshared. 3 hours. 200,000 views. 6 hours trending nationally. Comments flood. Baby belongs with mother. Victoria Whitmore is a monster. System is broken. People by children. Evening protests. 20 people outside courthouse. Justice for Susan and Emma. Money can't buy love. Next morning, 300 protesters. Local news covers. National picks up. Change.org petition. Return Emma Wilson to her mother. 24 hours, 125,000 signatures. Sarah's article amplifies. Baby Emma, granddaughter, torn between truth and money. Stability. Control. Optics. Those are the pillars, Victoria. Whitmore believes in pillars she's about to watch collapse. Rebecca rises, voice sharp as steel. She presents Susan's case with precision marriage certificate, Daniel's final video, the text showing years of Victoria's quiet manipulation. Then Carmen's video plays. 21 years of buried truth spills into the courtroom. Coercion, cash, and abortion forced by power. Carson watches, stone-faced but listening. Holland testifies next, confirming the marriage, confirming Daniel's fear of his mother. Patricia Brennan follows honest, blunt. Susan's home is modest, tiny but spotless. Emma is healthy, loved, secure. Only financial instability remains a concern. A concern Rebecca slices apart with one question. Did you observe any abuse or neglect? No. Yes or no? Then Victoria takes the stand. Rebecca approaches, calm, cutting. Did you know your son was in a relationship with Susan Wilson? I suspected Daniel was involved with someone unsuitable. Unsuitable meaning not wealthy, not white. Sterling objects. Sustained. Rebecca pivots instantly. You paid Carmen Rodriguez $50,000. Why? Private family matter. You paid her to abort and disappear. I provided options. Did Daniel want that baby? He was 16. He didn't know. Did you ask him? Silence. And then, the marriage certificate Holland produces, the sealed bank envelope, live in court. Carson examines. Seal intact. Authentic. It hits Victoria like a bullet. She has no standing. But Sterling tries to claw back control. Emma's inheritance. Financial guardianship. Stability. Power. Carson looks weary, burdened by the weight of rich versus poor narratives that have poisoned the courtroom. Ruling, temporary custody to Victoria, supervised visitation for Susan, a mother breaks, a grandmother wins for now. The handover is brutal. Emma screaming, reaching for Susan. Susan shattering on the courthouse steps. The video of that moment explodes across the internet, 200,000 views in hours. Outrage ignites. Protests grow from dozens to hundreds. Susan becomes the face of a truth America recognizes too well. A single mother punished for being poor. A rich woman protected for being powerful. And then the crack in Whitmore's armor. Internal emails leak. Strategy documents. Evidence of intentional cruelty. Make life difficult. Apply pressure. Rebecca's voice capitulation. Rebecca's voice shakes as she reads them. This is no misunderstanding. This is war. They file the emergency motion, hearing set for November 18th. That night, Susan reads the emails, hands trembling. She sends them to Sarah. Tomorrow's headline will detonate. Emergency hearing, November 18th. New judge, new energy. Judge Marion Fletcher, no nonsense. Sharp, unimpressed by wealth, she addresses the room. The emails are troubling, the behavior possibly criminal. She orders ethics investigations, then turns to custody. Rebecca presents Daniel's secret safe deposit box will. The courtroom freezes. Allen retrieves the metal box with reverence. Inside Daniel's final truth. His handwritten will leaves everything to Susan and Emma. His 30% company stake. His entire trust. And a clause forged from trauma and foresight. If Victoria contests or harms Susan or Emma, she forfeits everything. The courtroom erupts. Judge Fletcher's voice slices through the chaos. You filed for custody knowing your son was married, knowing he had a child, knowing he left instructions, and you've still transferred his shares to yourself. Victoria shrinks beneath the weight of her own lies. Ruling, petition denied. Emma returned to her mother immediately. Doria placed under investigation. Probate court to review fraudulent estate transfer. Susan collapses into Rebecca's arms. Relief floods. Justice breathes. Fall of the Whitmore Empire? 3 days later, Victoria faces the state attorney. It's a grand jury. Daniel's video plays. His voice come wounded. Resolute destroys the image of the Ice Queen. If you come for Susan and Emma, you'll lose everything. She did, and she has. A forced resignation follows. 40 years of empire gone in 3 hours. She returns to her mansion. Silent. Empty. Her legacy built on control, now swallowed by the truth she tried to bury. November 23rd, the returned Susan unlocks her apartment door. Emma runs inside. Home, home, mama. Yes, baby. They are home. The apartment is tiny, cramped, warm, alive. Susan cooks Emma's favorite dinner. They eat on the floor. Emma chatters. Normal life creeps back. News alert buzzes. Victoria faces charges. The board replaces her. As the empire shifts without her. Holland calls. Probate hearings in January. Millions will likely pass to Emma, but Susan turns the phone off. Tonight isn't about money, or legacy, or legal victories. Night is about one thing. Emma is home. Later, Susan stands at the window, city lights glowing. She whispers to the night, to Daniel, "Thank you. You've protected us from beyond the grave." Some secrets refuse to stay buried because they aren't shame, they're love. And love outlives every lie, every empire, every attempt to bury the truth. Emma will grow up knowing her father fought for her. Her mother fought harder. And just as slow, bruising, imperfect finally came. Victoria still has her mansion. Susan has her daughter. Only one of them won. Truth survives those who try to bury it. Justice rises, eventually. This time, justice chose them. Fate Tales outro. If this story gripped your heart, don't leave yet. Share and subscribe to Fate Tales, where truth cuts deeper than power, where the unheard finally rise, and where every story reminds you, justice may be slow, but it never stays silent.